we here with?
DaQuann, otherwise known as Quan or QP. Whew, how'd I hear about it? I actually found out about it through social media. The founders and I have a mutual friend, and that's how I found out about the brand online.
What the fuck did I just step in?
Well, now I am their lead model, so I'm gonna help them get all their models together moving forward, any trainings, rehearsals, help them set up a model roster for moving on so we don't have to keep doing a whole bunch of casting calls and stuff like that.
Hey, yo, which one of y'all?
I got into modeling from during COVID. I had got a lot of money from the PUA, and when I got that money, instead of saving it, which I wish I would have done, I took like 3 trips to Las Vegas, and one of those trips I decided to dedicate to a photo shoot. And then after that, I got reached out to by the company that I now work for, Barbizon Modeling and Acting, and they reached out to me and gave me a scholarship to attend their schooling program, and from there it just took off.
Niggas still milking here and ain't clean. Hey, ain't no.
Honestly, more than words can explain. As of right now, I can't even think of the right words to describe what this event meant to me personally, just because I do a lot of my work outside of the state, period. And then so just to come back and be a part of a big show and also be a part of the producing and, helping bring everything together and helping the models and train the models and even having some of my own designs in there. It just, nothing that 2 years ago you could have told me and I'd have been like, yeah, I see that for myself. So it's definitely like, yeah, more than what I could even put into words right now.
Crying over spilled milk, stuck in a pickle.
Well, my journey with Visions, I would say when I first seen the stuff that I was interested in and I first got into modeling, I used to reach out to them and try to get them to let me model for them, but they never got back to me. But recently, like last year, I had got the opportunity to bring some brands from the city to a fashion show in Minnesota, and Visions along with my cousin's brand were the first 2 brands that I thought of, and that's how it pretty much started. From there, I met with Gio. We talked about stuff that they wanted to show. They gave me everything. We had Zoom meetings and everything, and I took all their stuff. I want to say 15, 20 looks I had to lug across the state to Minnesota and bring back. And so, yeah, that's how that started. And then from there, we just started doing photo shoots. And then after that, I started talking with Gio about maybe doing some kind of like t-shirts or something, just to kind of like widen their market to more like diverse crowds, like the LGBTQ community, which I'm a part of. I wanted to, introduce the community to them. And so we started talking about t-shirts or sweatsuits or something, and then it just snowballed into this big fashion show that we just held.
What's the deal, bitch? I'm still here. Had to say it's.
The most difficult part is just myself being new, not being so hard on myself, not feeling like, if someone's not responding, it's because they don't care about what I have to say or, something like that. I think it's more so just getting to know everybody and getting comfortable with everybody. That's the hardest thing for me.
Twice make it real or you weird. You hating, won't you tell me how you feel? I just needed all the answers again.
I mean, when it comes to stuff like that, it's really hard to, like, I can envision it in my head. Like, I envisioned it in my head almost every night since we started planning it. Was it exactly what I thought it was going to be? No. But is that a bad thing? No. I think things happen the way they happen for a reason. And I think that it turned out great. And we improvised a lot. It was a lot of last minute changes. There was some things that was forgotten. There was, some hiccups along the way, but it turned out to be the best fashion show that I was a part of here in the city, for sure. Yes. Things that I can control, I would have maybe tried to get the models together more often, maybe done more rehearsals, maybe dedicated more time to helping the people that really needed the help. As far as things that were out of my control that I would change, I would have changed the amount of time that we had to set up. I would have changed probably the venue altogether. Yeah, there's some things that I would have changed. I don't want to go too much on a tangent, but it was the first go around, so that's what happens. We work out the kinks, and next time it's going to be even bigger and better.
Yeah, that shit wasn't right the first time.
Okay. Favorite piece? I don't know. There's so many good pieces. You know, if you asked me 2 months ago, I would have said, oh, my favorite piece is the piece that I designed. But now, after seeing everything, there was some crazy stuff in there that, you know, I can't even. It's just like some of the stuff, like even DaQuann that he made, some of that stuff was crazy, and I didn't even see it until like the day of the show. And so I would definitely say, fuck. I would say it's a close runner-up between the closing trench coat and some of DaQuann's airbrush stuff that I didn't really get a chance to see until the fashion show. I love that.
Again and again and again and again.
Shout out to everybody that took part in it. You know, all the models, all the production crew members, all the designers, you know, all the fans. What is that studio called? Pratt Creative Studios, right? Privé, the studio, the venue. Shout out to everybody. Honestly, I'm just glad that it turned out the way it did.